Salutations and greetings. Now, today's sermon is not going to be about some deep educational discussion that I think I keep making up. Instead, we're going to go back to our roots as to why I started this damn channel, and that's back to hate mail. Now, this is a very special one because I'm here to tell you why, at this point, I believe Dead by Daylight has the most disgusting community I've ever seen in my life. Now, this is coming from someone who, I'm a COD veteran, been playing since like MW2, but I really got into it when Black Ops 1 came. Probably hear a horn outside. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that. Yeah, Black Ops 1, and from there I basically played the entire series. I played Dark Souls since Dark Souls 1. Never tried Demon Souls, no PS3. I'm a person that enjoys For Honor, so I know my fair share of bad or a nasty gaming community. It's not bad. They're good. I love them. Love them to death. Now, a reason why I think Dead by Daylight is the worst that I've ever seen, and this is coming from my incredibly short experience with them, is because the people there are entitled, and that is disgusting. Now, people on Call of Duty, when they get mad, it's just because, it's a game that's easy to get frustrated on. You can die like 5 times in the matter of 30 seconds, depending on bad spawns, bad team, bad internet, modders nowadays, yada yada, all sorts of factors. But the way they reciprocate that feeling is nice and fun. Friendly banter, where you guys get to say how you effed each other's female family members and whatnot, and how just a bunch of, nasty things are said to each other. But in the end, it's all fun and games, and I'm almost positive both parties always come out, maybe if it was that bad, a few days later, laughing about it. Dark Souls, it's just people that get mad that they're outplayed, you dig? That's all. They'll send you messages saying, oh, you didn't follow. The only other thing I'll say with Dark Souls is the honor code, but I don't want to get into the honor code. F the honor code. Definitely have gotten lovely messages because I do not follow the honor code. But majority of hate mail you'll see on Dark Souls is just from simple casuals who, believe that you should do things their way. But I was never, grossed out by that, because Dark Souls is kind of known for, hate mail. You type in the word hate mail, Dark Souls pops up, and that's all that will pop up. Dark Souls is the game that birthed hate mail, in my eyes. And I think there's enough evidence to support that. For Honor, same thing. Stupid casuals getting outplayed, and they feel like cursing you out's going to change something. Now, as said, reason why I think Dead by Daylight is the worst I've ever seen is because it comes from a place of entitlement. Now, in terms of multiplayer games as to why I get so much hate mail, if you haven't noticed, I'm a better player than most. Not saying I'm good. I'll never say I'm good. Kind of like how funny people don't say they're funny or don't think they're funny. We do it on purpose. But no, when I say I don't think I'm good, I mean that I always strive to just be above average. I consider myself a casual, but I don't want to be a filthy casual, you dig? So, being that I'm always slightly above the competition in multiplayer games, I'm bound to get some nasty messages. And I do my fair bit of trolling, so I can get some thick conversations going. Now, the thing that has me confused is in Dead by Daylight, I'm horrible. Mind you, this is console Dead by Daylight. If you know anything about PC Dead by Daylight, you'll know it's a much different game. Here on console, you are playing a worse version of the game. Every player on console is nowhere near as good as people could be on PC, and they are on PC. And I'm horrible at this game on console. I can say that with certainty, especially as Killer, because that's the only time you'll get hate mail. Yeah, every time I play Killer, somehow I'm getting messages. How does that make sense? I usually get 3-man, 4-man. Last time I can recall getting two or more people to escape, or only 2 people to escape, is because they had a key. Other than that, I've been somehow getting consistent 3 and 4-mans. I main Wraith. Yet, I get all these messages, and I'm like, I'm so bad at the game, and you have all these crutches. What is your deal? And then it hit me. These people are entitled, and that is it's just disgusting. Now, I'm not going to point the camera at the screen, because if I try and flip this thing over, I'm probably going to show you the wrong things. I'm not a cameraman. I don't know how to work this thing, okay? Leave me alone. I'm a slacker. So I'll just tell you a couple messages I've gotten. very recently. Alright, and I do my best to try and, spread some positivity. In Dead by Daylight here, I usually start a conversation with a compliment. Hey, that was a really fun match. You were a really good nurse. Oh, I like your fashion. Cause damn, I didn't realize just how gross these people were. Now I am thinking, how many games have I played as Survivor where my teammates have died and they berate the innocent killer for doing their damn job how they see fit. Alright, let's see this one. Oh, this kid looks like he's about 15 in his profile picture. Nice hoodie, covering his face. Yeah, you're a bad killer. Laughing emoji. Then I said, 3 out of 4. Pretty sure you tunneled 3 out of 4. Laughing emoji. Trash. 3 out of 4? I'll take that W. Improve your defense, so that way I'll get less than 3. Until then, GG. Get better at the game, kid. That's always the objective. I hear you. See, that was a pretty good one, because we ended on good terms. I'm pretty sure he realized he wasn't getting anywhere, so he accepted that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Here was another good one. Wow, this one kind of spanned on for a little bit. Alright. Garbage. This was in the same match, by the way, so then I said the same thing. 3 out of 4. You tunneled 3 out of 4. That's why you didn't get the 4th, stupid. Get better at defense, and I'll get less than 3 next time. You would have 4, but you have tunnel vision. Hey, 3's fine by me. Even 2, to be honest. That's why you're garbage. That makes no sense. You're just fishing for insults. Instead of harassing me over a loss, help me improve. Let's hear your advice. Because these people are so quick to get at you, but they're not going to make the game any better by insulting people, so why not help us horrible killers get better? Let's hear it. If you get half of something, that's 50%, not even passing. 1 shouldn't tunnel, so I responded, 50% rounded to the nearest 100 is 100, so 2's fine by me. Then he said, 2. Use a killer that takes some skill. I'm using Wraith, by the way. Low tier killer. Wraith is low tier. That don't matter, laughing till I'm crying. So now he's just going to disregard my point. So that makes this entire argument null. So, I responded, is tunneling the killer's fault, or are you just bad at defense? It's smart because it gets rid of an opponent quickly. Now, if you don't know Dead by Daylight, tunneling is where you as a killer solely chase one person. Even if they're unhooked, I'm not going to get into how the game works when I say things like unhooked. You go straight for the person that just got unhooked to put them right back on to get them. That's what tunneling is called in that game, where you basically focus on one individual until they are dead. 500 rounded to the nearest 1,000 is 1,000. That doesn't matter. Do you see what I'm working with here? I'm like, if Wraith being low tier doesn't matter, then you're saying no killer takes skill. Apparently, this is false. Alright, who should I use? I don't have any DLC, by the way. My Dwight is very low. Does that mean every survivor is skillless? That argument makes no sense, because every survivor plays exactly the same. And try Huntress. She's free. Winking while kissing emoji. Survivors aren't on a tier list because they're identical. I think you misread my point. I have tried her. My bad Wi-Fi makes hatchets too unforgiving. Next. Wraith takes no skill. Simple. We're getting nowhere with this, if you haven't gotten that. I think he does. Simple. This is getting nowhere. We done? You're not good. You see? Now I am. You're repeating yourself. Are you okay? Also, garbage players don't get salt messages. I'd say I'm pretty good. He sent me a wall of laughing till I'm crying, which is what's lighting up my face right here. And then I said, the truth is hard to accept. I understand. Now, oh, here's a quick bonus one I got after our match. Nice tunneling. Thanks. I'm always trying to improve. Now, here is the best one. And of course, this person blocked me after initiating this. So, here's what I do as Wraith. Every now and then, if I feel like having a bit of fun, I use Wraith's ability to its fullest. And you know what that means. That means I stand still and become completely invisible. If you didn't know, when Wraith is cloaked, if you stand perfectly still, you become completely invisible. No distortion, blur, or whatever. No, they cannot see you. They see you, they are hacking. Or, they saw you stand still to go invisible. So what I've taken to doing recently upon discovering this is I hook someone, move a couple feet away, and I will just stare at that person on the hook, and no one knows where I am. And as soon as I see someone come for the save, ding, ding, and I put them right back on the hook after they get saved. Easy way to get someone on that hook, and it doesn't hurt me too much because I know everyone on that game wants to be a hero, so I know they're gonna come running to these hooks, so I'm not even afraid of generators getting done. Hasn't failed me yet. So, this kind individual started with, camp much? I said, viable strategy. You suck as the killer. Does this sound familiar? Well, at least you'll admit to dying to a bad killer. I'll stop camping when people stop falling into my lap. Also, I can't be a bad killer. Bad players don't get all this hate mail. It's not hate mail. I'm just pointing out that you were camping. Okay, so why are you messaging me? That's like people that message individuals who are laggy. Yes, we know we're laggy. The sky is blue if you didn't know. And yes, if you camp to win, you suck as the killer. I think it's hate mail, unless you think it's smart to state the obvious. Camping with Wraith is viable. He's given full invisibility when idle for a reason. What happened? Nice. Camping with Wraith is viable. He's given full invisibility when idle for a reason, and I used it to full effect. I'm using game mechanics to benefit me. What am I doing wrong? Except these people come from a place of entitlement. So, if you think me using a viable strategy means I suck, then you suck for using self-care. Boom! It's a cheap way to win, and if you have thin skin, if pointing that out is hate mail. The denial is incredible. Using self-care is a cheap way to win. Caught him. That's part of the game. Camping is frowned upon. I don't think I've ever talked to a person in DBD that, although everyone does run self-care, everyone also agrees that self-care is extremely easy. It makes the game piss easy. But it's meta for that reason. You're stupid if you don't use it. So, and camping is not part of the game, apparently. It's frowned upon. Yeah, no duh. Self-care is frowned upon as well. Camping is part of the game, and self-care ruins my experience. Do you notice where this is going? No, because you're making a false equivalent to prove your point. It's not the same. Yeah, it is. You're just upset that you and your team fell for a stupid strategy. Improve more, cry less. Because yes, me standing still next to a hook as the killer, what should you be doing if you're fully aware that the killer is camping? Do the generators. Smash the objectives. I'm standing still. I'm not pursuing anything. I'm throwing the game, except I'm not because I know these people are stupid and will run straight into me. No other reason for you to have messaged me. Pointing out my strat is the same thing as telling me the sky is blue. The fact that you're trying to defend camping is sad. Be a better killer, and you won't have to. As long as I keep getting messages like these, I'll keep camping. Be a better survivor so you don't complain as much. The fact that I can camp and 5 gens aren't done is what's really sad. Here we go. You're supposed to unhook. That's part of the game. Self-heal and nurses calling balance each other. There's no balance to camping. Hence frowned on. Again, your logic is ridiculous. I hope you have a nice day, smiling face. So now he's trying to run away from this because I think he realizes that his logic is failing, but the denial game is extremely powerful in these people. There is no balance to camping. Have you ever heard such a high IQ statement? Big brain gamers here on Dead by Daylight. This is the sophisticated version of Friday the 13th to some people. Friday the 13th is leagues better than Dead by Daylight. The community, the game, the gameplay, I don't care. This is disgusting. I'm supposed to kill. Camping with Wraith gets my job done easier. It's also part of the game. This is a childish argument. You are a sore loser. The balance to camping is doing gens, because I'm not hunting anybody. Not very bright, I see. Just more survivor entitlement. That's what this is. Your logic isn't getting any better. How old are you? I tried to explain this politely. The second message he told me was saying that I suck. But you don't get it how ridiculous your point. This is the English I'm working with. I hope you get enough reports to be suspended for a while at this point. I won't do that, but we don't need players like you. Now, good day, and this is my last reply. He's wishing for me to be banned from this game because of my playstyle. Is that not just one of the most revolting statements I've ever heard in my life?
Are you modding?
No. It's that people in this Dead by Daylight game are so entitled. So, I say, you aren't played. The second message you sent me was an insult. Just an entitled survivor who's salting my food with his sweet tears. I hope you learn one day that the world doesn't revolve around you. Wishing for me to be banned because his team was outplayed. This is Dead by Daylight in a nutshell. This game has the most beta, soy-infused, wet toilet paper for skinned individuals I've ever seen. And then he blocked me after starting all of this. I'm telling you, this is just... it's pathetic. Subscribe or die.